When Daniel walked out the door, he took more than just his belongings. He left behind debts, broken promises, and a wife who had once believed in forever. I stood in the living room of our once happy home, clutching a letter of foreclosure in one hand and a court summons in the other. I had nothing, no savings, no car, no hope, and I had no idea what to do next. My name is Ava, and 2 years ago, I thought I had it all: a charming husband, a decent life, and dreams we built together. But Daniel was a dreamer with empty pockets, and it turned out he had also been a liar. After gambling away our savings and maxing out our credit cards, he disappeared without a trace, leaving me to face the ruins. My first instinct was to call Emily, my best friend since college, but before I could dial, my phone lit up with a call from Ethan. Ethan Matthews, Daniel's younger brother, the one who used to visit once in a while, fixing broken pipes and repairing shelves with quiet dedication. He always had this gentle presence about him, like a steady heartbeat in a world that constantly shifted. We weren't close, but something about his voice on the other end of the call felt grounding. "Ava, I heard about Daniel," he said gently. "Are you okay?" I opened my mouth to lie, to say I was managing, but the words caught in my throat. I was tired of pretending. "No, Ethan, I'm not okay." There was a long pause. Then, "I'm coming over." He arrived less than an hour later, his tall frame filling the doorway like a guardian angel. He took one look at me, my tear-streaked face, the mess of unopened bills, and didn't ask questions. Instead, he picked up the trash, made tea, and sat beside me until the silence became bearable. "Stay with me," he offered that night, "just until you figure things out." "I can't," I whispered. "It's not right." "You don't have to go through this alone, Ava." Something about the way he said my name made me believe him. Ethan's house was small but warm, a craftsman-style cottage tucked away in the suburbs. It smelled like wood polish and cinnamon. His life was simple: an engineer by profession, a dog dad to a golden retriever named Marley, and a man who cooked dinner every night without needing a reason. At first, I slept on the couch, but after waking up 3 nights in a row from nightmares about debt collectors and eviction notices, Ethan insisted I take his bed while he moved to the sofa. He never complained, never pried. He gave me space but never made me feel invisible. As days turned into weeks, I found myself laughing again. Marley became my therapy dog, always nuzzling my side when I felt the weight of the world pressing down. And Ethan became something else entirely. He never talked about Daniel unless I did. And when I finally did, sobbing in the kitchen after finding an old wedding photo, he simply held me and said, "He didn't deserve you, Ava. He never did." The words lodged themselves deep in my chest. One evening, while I was helping Ethan replant a few potted herbs in his backyard, he asked, "What did you want to do before everything fell apart?" I paused. "I wanted to start a catering business." He smiled. "Then do it." I laughed bitterly. "With what money, Ethan?" "Dreams don't grow out of thin air." But the next morning I found a business plan template printed and left on the kitchen table. Ethan had scribbled a note in the corner: "Let's build something better." I didn't ask how or why. I just started writing. We spent the next month working on my dream like it was his own. He helped me apply for a small business grant, used his network to get my first few clients, and even designed a logo. I cooked, he tasted. I baked, he cleaned. We were a team, and something about it felt like home. One night, after a particularly successful catering gig, we returned to his house exhausted but high on adrenaline. I kicked off my heels, flopped onto the couch, and laughed. Ethan sat beside me, his shirt rolled up, arms dusted with flour. He looked at me, really looked, and I felt a shift. "I'm proud of you," he said. I turned to him. "I wouldn't have made it without you." "You would have," he replied. "I just gave you a place to land." Our eyes met, and something passed between us. It wasn't just gratitude, it was something deeper, more dangerous. I pulled away first. The next few days were a blur of work and awkward silences. We danced around each other like shadows. I knew what I was feeling, but I couldn't let myself fall. Not yet, not so soon. But hearts don't wait for logic. One rainy evening, we got caught outside while trying to bring groceries in. We ran laughing through the downpour, soaked and breathless. Inside, I reached for a towel, and Ethan reached for me. Our lips met before I could stop them. It wasn't urgent or wild, it was slow, aching, and full of the words we hadn't said. I melted into him, letting myself feel something real for the first time.